Free Jullian Assange! Free Jullian Assange! Free Jullian Assange!
Why? We've asked everyone else, okay? We have asked everyone. We are asking everyone that's not part of the press.
Me, ask them, ask all of them.
Are you
We're not here to argue. It's been passed.
I've been here for over an hour.
That's fine.
Exercising my democratic rights under the Constitution.
They did not have.
Okay, it's cold out here. I don't want you to be at risk out here. I just want you to
You
go
don't
home.
want
Sir.
I'm sure you do want to.
Sir, I'm asking you nicely.
Don't call me sir. Don't call me sir.
What's your name? Can you step back? You've got no mask on. Can you step back?
I've done nothing! I've done nothing! I've done absolutely nothing! You're a disgrace! You're a disgrace!
Keep moving!
Move back, please.
You need to get quicker. We're not waiting for you, mate. Get out of the way.
Move back.
I'm telling you now. No, madam, listen to me. You can either go home now or you will be fined or arrested. It's your choice. I'm directing you now to go home.
You deny
directing
me my
you now.
right to go into the public
Yes,
gallery.
it's closed. The public gallery is closed.
It isn't.
I'm not going to debate it. Sir, it's all on camera.
Take me. That's it. No, you didn't give me any warning.
We've asked you for your ID. We've asked you for your name. Eric. Okay.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Eric, don't do this.
They need to shut me up. They're trying to stop me from exercising my human right to view the court. Look at this, handcuffs for coming here to sit in the gallery. They've lied to me and said the gallery is closed to the public today for Jullian Assange's trial. It is not. I was told to wait on the side.
Eric. All right. Eric, the time is 11:43. You're under arrest for breach of code of regulations.
Come on, Eric.
Okay, it says it's been very harmful to the public.
He's 92 years old. He's 92. He's 92 years old.
We're going to look after it.
Have you no respect?
You're not going to let him, sir.
He's going to die. You're going to kill him. He's 92 years old.
No, please.
Beating her at 92 years old.
Move out of the way now! Move! Out of the way now!
Step back.
Thanks very much. We're going to have two statements now, the first of which will be from Kristen Harvardson, the editor-in-chief of WikiLeaks, and then secondly from Stella Morris, Jullian's partner.
It's obviously a great disappointment to get this decision now from Judge Barrecher not to release Jullian Assange on bail. We think it's unjust and unfair and illogical as such. When you consider her ruling 2 days ago about Jullian's health, which of course is caused in large part because he is being held in Belmarsh prison, to send him back there doesn't make any sense, any perspective. It's inhumane and it's illogical. This denial of bail will, in most likelihood, will be appealed to the High Court within hours or a few days, and we will expect this to be overturned because, frankly, as I say, it doesn't make any sense from any point of view. I want to draw your attention as well to the fact that the United States has already indicated that they are seeing a defeat in this pursuit, this unjust persecution. Let me draw your attention to a statement by the very man who signed the first indictment in the Eastern District of Virginia, a man who is about to leave office. He was appointed by Trump. He stated that he was totally unsure that the case against Jullian Assange would be continued under the new administration. He said, well, we spent a lot of resources on that. maybe the new administration incoming will simply decide to drop the case. That's an extraordinary statement. It's an indication that they are, in essence, accepting this has gone way too far and it's about time to let it go. So the fight will continue. The fight for Jullian, we want him out. If the opposition will appeal, that will be met. We still want the President of the United States, both the one soon leaving office and the one coming in, to consider pardon. We want this to end, but we are confident that justice will prevail.
This is a huge disappointment. Jullian should not be in Belmarsh prison in the first place. I urge the Department of Justice to drop the charges and the President of the United States to pardon Jullian. Thank you.
Reporters Without Borders condemns this decision taken today, which we view as unnecessarily cruel. This court can't undo the past 10 years of hell that Jullian Assange has had to endure, but they could have made it right going forward. We fully believe that Jullian Assange was targeted for his contributions to journalism. The past 10 years, he has suffered only because of publishing information in the public interest. He shouldn't have to spend another moment unjustly deprived of his liberty. We reiterate our concerns about his mental health and his physical health the longer he has to stay in Belmarsh prison as well. If anything happens to him in this period of custody, it is a legal and moral responsibility of the UK government. We call again for his immediate release and for this case to be dropped. We call on the US government not to pursue the appeal. Enough is enough. It has been 10 years. Let this man go and leave him in peace.
Madam.
What is wrong with you people? Don't you have any morals?
Let him go now! Out the way, please! Thank you very much!
He's 92 years old. He's gonna fucking die. What are you doing? He's 92 years old. You crazy people.
Stop, keep picking up. Back, please. Please, keep moving back. Thank you. Move back, no.
Elderly people.
And that the COVID situation is under control, so she did not see any risks of him remaining there. We at Reporters Without Borders, we seriously disagree with that assessment. He is clearly at risk. There have been a proliferation of COVID infections in recent months at Belmarsh prison. He has been confined nearly continuously to his cell as this has been going on around him. Of course, he has respiratory issues as well that leave him at higher risk. And the mental health issues that we heard detailed on Monday are serious. If that is grounds to prevent extradition, which we agree that it is, it should also be grounds for his release now, because everything that she outlined in detail will be exacerbated by a period of prolonged detention. So to me, this is an unnecessarily cruel decision. She has been very harsh along the way. She has denied 2 previous applications for bail, and sometimes even smaller decisions that could have been made things more human
for Mr. Assange she has ruled against. For example, in February, she declined to allow him to leave the glass dock at the back of the courtroom and sit in the well of the court with his legal team where he could follow proceedings. So he was held like a violent criminal or a terrorist throughout these proceedings. So
he's going to be in jail for at least a couple of weeks more until the other lawyers decide if they're appeal.
Yeah, so the lawyers have the right to appeal, and this will then be a matter before the High Court. Right, but if the appeal is unsuccessful, we could see a situation where he's detained until the appeals process is exhausted, which is completely unacceptable. He should not remain behind bars for another moment, let alone months.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Mission of the Stalian fascist police. So I've committed no crime.
Let's go,
I've committed no crime. Wait, what do you mean?
The defendant would walk free. We're used to this being a very different case, so I'm not entirely surprised that the judge reverted to what's been her stance for most of this, which is to back up the US prosecution's case. Her primary objection was that Jullian would be a flight risk, but as the defense attorney said, this is a completely different situation now. The one jurisdiction in the world where Jullian Assange is safe from US arrest is Britain. The minute he walked outside Britain, the extradition being quashed would mean nothing and he could be rearrested. So he's got absolutely no interest in going outside this country and every interest in seeing this through to appeal. So I think she made the wrong decision.
What do you think why she did it?
I think the pressure on her from the American prosecutors is very, very great. I mean, I was particularly surprised that she dismissed the idea that there's any COVID threat in Belmarsh. She accepted that there are only 3 prisoners.
We could still yet see a pardon from President Trump in his closing days, which would be a good way for him to have a poke at the factions in the security services which made his life so difficult during his presidency. Or we could see the incoming Biden administration announce that it's not going to proceed with the extradition on the grounds that it's an attack on the First Amendment. I think both of those are quite likely. It's by no means plain to me that the American government is going to progress with its appeal against the verdict. And I'm fairly clear that the grounds for appeal are very weak. I don't think if they do appeal, they will succeed. That Jullian will be free and with us sometime this year, I'm quite sure. It's just trying to make that happen before anything irreversible happens to his health is what we have to concentrate on.